So the first one, I remember back when Kevin Samuels was alive, right? Before he died, you guys had a little bit of beef going on, and it's unfortunate it didn't get resolved. I remember you had that super long podcast where you were showing all the text messages and stuff, and I remember that, you wanted to do the best that you could to resolve the conflict between the two of you and go ahead and work together because he was an inspiration for you, so on and so forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, with your growth and all that, man, a lot of the people who were in your audience grew and made their own podcasts, and they want to work with you. And now that you're in that position that Kevin Samuels was in, the energy is kind of fucked up that you're giving these guys. Now, the ones that were your former employees that went off and disrespected you, I understand that. But, like, the white folks and the Jewish folks that are wanting to work with you, they can reach places that you can't. I don't understand why you wouldn't necessarily take a Machiavellian approach, you know what I'm saying, and just feed off of them and go ahead and grow with them when none of these guys say anything negative about you when they mention you.
Number one, we don't refrain from working with people based on the color of their skin or their background. That absolutely has zero bearing on anything. That's number one. As far as the situation, so you're saying why don't we work with certain individuals?
Yeah, basically.
Well, for one, we don't owe anybody anything. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And two, it's like we've actually worked with people from the very beginning that were supposed to be on some level, I want to say, a part of our culture, part of our, I want to say, space, and a lot of them turn us down. So it's kind of like, at this point, we're just doing what we need to do to move forward.
You know what? Let's go ahead. Let's just go, because I want to make sure we address this appropriately. Who are you talking about specifically?
Yeah,
go
exactly.
Ahead. Go ahead.
Who in detail?
Who are you talking about specifically? And I'll go ahead and tell you why we don't work with
Just purely things in whatever podcast.
I knew he was going to say that.
Yeah.
Okay. Number one, y'all might not know this, and I have no problem with Pearl personally, but she made a hit piece on us back when we were going through the fucking situation with Anus and Reach.
Yes.
Okay? I have a serious, as you guys know, loyalty is extremely important to me. If you talk shit about me, I will not forget. And she made a hit piece on us. Y'all might not know about this, and I'm not saying this to attack or whatever, but facts are facts. She made a hit piece on us back when all this shit was going on in August of 2021. At the worst time, she kicked us when we were down.
Yeah.
So that's why we don't work with her. There's your answer. And now, as far as whatever goes, the reason why we don't work with them is because I'm not going to align myself with someone that isn't a part of the red pill space for real. I'm going to just call it $1 million.
It's money.
He's here for money, bro.
Yeah.
Let's just call it all the way 1,000. He's here to make a buck, which is fine. I'm never going to knock someone for being a capitalist, but he's not really in this space to help men from what I can see. If you're out here selling pocket pussies and, having, long-ass podcasts, draw out clips, etc., I understand the business strategy, but we don't align with that because you guys have asked us 1,000,000 times. So I want to address this once and for all. Pearl, y'all know why. Whatever, we don't align in our belief system. That's not to knock him or who he is or how he runs his business. We actually wish him the best.
There you go.
But he doesn't have the same values as us, and I personally think he's in it for the money, and that's not why we're in it. We're in it for completely different reasons.
There you go.
There's your answer.